That's right.
Okay, this is going to be good. This must be good. If you laugh before you even start it.
No, I'm just so ill-prepared. I just realised I've not got a song. But end of season 2.
Hang on, have you not like...
No, I've not got a song. I thought I did, and then I just realised...
Yeah,
but that's too cheesy, isn't it?
too cheesy.
End of season 2. This is our 26th episode. Welcome back, Nomies, for a final episode of season 2, where we have a first look at various things. Tips for dads. Maybe the Note or Gnome will arrive. I think the Note or Gnome's gone to sleep.
He's around. He's around. Yeah, he's got a new shed.
Has he? He's got a new shed.
Did you just tell us this was the 26th episode?
26th episode.
No way.
Mm-hmm.
How much beer have we drank in 26 episodes?
We've got an average of 50 core Nomi listeners that listen to every episode, which, compared to your professional podcast, is perhaps not a lot, but I think that's bigger than a classroom, isn't it?
You know what? I'm happy with that. The Fab 50, it's quality, not quantity. That's what we're after.
For one final time this episode. But we'll be back for season 3 in
it's not the end.
In November, probably. Or maybe after the Christmas special. Who knows?
What else as well? Like next season, by next season, we may actually have a website. You got to remember that as well.
We might have.
We will, yeah. We're going to do the website.
We will have a website.
Yes.
We will.
So we've got
have
the whole
website.
We're going to have a website by episode 1 of season 2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What happened there?
I don't know. We also promised a Forbes listed guest as well.
Crap! Forgot about that.
But we'll hold those highlights for season 3.
Sorry, listeners.
But keep on listening. We'll keep you on your toes. Keep you on your toes for some amazing things. Grab your tackle, Mr. Hodgkiss.
I don't know if I want to, Williams. I don't want it to be over.
No.
Grab your fish. Can I just ask why we're having a break? Because it's usually a long break between seasons anyway. Well, I mean, what's the reason between the season breaks? Is it just like to put it off for 5 weeks instead of 4 weeks?
Well, no, we've got busy stuff going on in October, haven't we? Got busy October.
There is some busy stuff going on.
I'm going to see you in October, and to be honest, I don't want to speak to you again in the same month.
Well, last time I saw you, which was last October, we were going to do a live episode.
It was September. It was September last time you saw us.
Was it last September? And we were going to get together and do it in the flesh, and we never did.
No, we didn't. But maybe in October we'll do some little audio recordings and we'll put them on the next episode.
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah.
All right, then I'll grab my tackle.
We'll grab your tackle if you want. That's a bit rude.
I'll grab my tackle.
Yeah. Off the fish pond of feedback.
Fish pond of feedback.
The quality of these episodes is improving each episode. New listeners, people are still listening. We have got
Africa.
A new listener from Kensington. That's Royal Kensington and Chelsea. Ooh la la.
Very nice.
We have a new listener from Bad Oeynhausen.
In Germany?
North Rhine. That's in Germany, yes. Bad Oeynhausen.
Guten Tag.
Is German for bad one house?
Not a clue. Great beer.
And we have a new listener. Oh, from Cairo, Egypt.
Yeah.
Which is in Africa.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. And we did that without a website and without proper marketing. We managed to get into Egypt.
We covered all continents apart from Antarctica. But,
yes, but I mean, that one doesn't count. There's no one living there.
No. So, we have known listeners all around the world.
Welcome, Egypt.
Cairo in Egypt, in Africa.
let's just dig into that, Williams. Like, isn't that mad, right? So we're in our little homes in the United Kingdom, recording this whilst having a beer on a Friday evening.
Yep.
And then in a week or two's time, you publish this, and it goes out to the world. And somebody in Cairo has somehow thought about something, and down the rabbit hole, whatever rabbit hole they may be, they've ended up on a podcast.
What is a gnome? Google what is a gnome, and then let's take a look at some gnomes, and then hang on, what's this? First gnomes. Let's come up, have a listen.
But in order for us to actually record them as an actual listener, they actually have to download and subscribe to the podcast. So, like, they've thought, all right, we'll have a listen to this, we'll download it, we'll subscribe to it. How random.
That is random. Do they have gnomes in Egypt? Do they have gnomes in Egypt?
I don't know, we should ask ChatGPT and see.
Right in. Ask ChatGPT. See,
got all the answers.
Yeah, but I'm of the age where it's ask Google or ask Jeeves.
Well, we know. Again, go back to 2 episodes. If you ask Google, what year was
Google Mike.
Yeah, you're old school, aren't you? You're old school,
mums. I am old school. I still, from emails, I still type in hotmail.com as opposed to Outlook.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Have you still got a MySpace page?
No, never had one. Really.
No. You were never cool enough to have one of those.
No, that was just to have your own little music things. MySpace wasn't MySpace like a music thing?
I don't really remember. I never had one.
No.
Or I may have set one up just to see what it was like. There was a few, weren't there? There was like MySpace. There was one called Bebo.
MSN Messenger, what it's called. With that.
Oh yeah, that was good. This is a good indication of our age as well. Did you have like free servers internet? And you
I think I did at some point. Yeah,
penny a minute.
Yeah, we used to get in the post. Internet. I don't think we had AOL, but I remember constantly getting a CD saying,
"Yes,
join your free AOL account."
Yes, install it. You put it into your PC. Your PC goes. An hour later, it's installed 16 megabyte file.
Yeah.
You connect to the internet and you can go on MSN Messenger and say to somebody you'd seen an hour ago at school, "What's up?" and say, "What's up?" back. And then you think of something to think of something to say before.
WhatsApp. There you go.
And then you got WhatsApp. Yeah. And then your mum would set up the phone saying, "I need to ring your nan. I need the phone line." And you'd be like, "But Mum, I'm talking to Kelly," or whoever, whichever girl it was you fancied at the time. And you'd be like, "Gotta go, babe. Sorry, darling. Sorry, hot stuff. Mum's got to ring Nan. There's no mobile phones here."
No, before he gets a reply back, Kelly's offline.
Kelly, yeah. Oh, Kelly. Never mind. The good old days.
What have the listeners written in? One listener's put, what happens when you have a bladder infection?
I don't know. What happens when you have a bladder infection?
You're in trouble.
You're in trouble. Did you write that yourself? Did you write it into yourself? Go on hotmail.com, email to me.
No, that could have been someone from Africa. Who knows? The wifey wife has emailed in.
Oh, very good.
Subject line.
Pick up your socks.
Yeah.
Stop leaving your shit on the floor. I'm not a slave, you smelly man.
Subject line. Dip your tackle into this. Feedback goals. Hi, lads. Brilliant pod this month. Hilarious. Slightly awkward that I was crying with laughter while walking the small one round the park. A couple of things. Waco, pronounced Waco, in Texas was the location of a massively bad shootout between police and a cult.
Oh my
not
goodness.
Sure if you need to mention it, but not sure pronouncing it Waco was ideal.
Sorry, listeners. Every day's school day.
Awkward, yes, it's Waco. Apologies to those living in Waco. If you'd like to do another dialect segment, I'm happy to represent Essex. There you go.
Nice.
Maybe we'll get on for the Christmas special.
Could do.
Listening to the bit about the Blarney Castle staircase made me sweaty and hot.
Ooh la la!
Just hearing about it.
Oh, I know what to whisper to Georgia now when I see her at the wedding. Ooh,
staircase,
Blarney Stone staircase. Oh, on my wedding night. Ooh. She probably didn't mean it in an erotic way.
No,
she probably meant it in a scared of heights way.
I'm pretty confident, Craig.
Try it tonight, Wells. Try it. Just whisper into her ear.
Ooh, Blarney Castle staircase.
See what happens. See if you get lucky.
Props to Gnome Craig for that one. Glory hole. This had my crying laughing in the park. Gnome Dan's proper lost it laugh came out. And
I forgot about that. Glory hole. We're going to have to listen back.
Can't believe you made it public knowledge that I accidentally fed Logan spicy food. Poor guy enjoyed it enough to keep eating it, though. Public mum shaming. Again,
don't worry, we've all done it.
My boobs do not hang anywhere. And quotation marks, my wife likes a paradrill. Hilarious.
We should have called the last episode Innuendo. Never mind, episode whatever it was.
And lastly, if Craig would like to install a kitchen, I am more than happy for him to come and help me do ours when we get round to it if he likes. Love you both. A total classic. Wifey wife.
Nice. Thanks, wifey wife. We always appreciate the feedback.
Very good. We have a message from Mini Mess Makers.
Nice.
I loved the latest pod. I wanted to say thank you for talking about Russell in the previous episode. It's come in handy as my daughter has been asking lots of questions about being died. And I loved how Craig explained it and why it's sad but also happy. Keep up the good work. That's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, my favourite listener. Thank you very much.
Very good.
And we're obviously going to see her in a couple of weeks as well.
Yeah. Well.
Yay!
Thirsty firsts. Thirsty first.
Thirsty first.
The thirsty fridge for the last time this season.
Please tell me you've got some.
And then I'm going sober.
This week.
No.
Are you getting sober? What?
Yeah. Well, on thirsty firsts, I'll just stick with stuff I know, like Tribute and Doombar.
Well, are you going to bring this? Are you cancelling the feature? Is this the last time we'll ever have Thirsty First?
No, until next season.
Until next, I'll say like a few weeks then.
So I'm going into the Thirsty Fridge now. I would like to state that the Thirsty Firsts this month, were bought by the wifey wife. So all you have to blame is the wifey wife. Right?
Not a chance. There is absolutely no way in hell she has bought you something that isn't epic compared to your blueberry shit that you've been drinking in the last few weeks.
Here we go. It's Vocation Brewery. I've had Vocation Brewery before.
Okay.
Special edition.
Show me the can.
It's a double Tonka Frappe coffee stout.
Okay, no, coffee stout. I am a fan of coffee stout.
Vanilla. 8%, which is reasonable. It's a nice yellow can with a glass with whipped cream and chocolate and a straw.
That's going to be delicious.
A double Tonka Frappe. Bold and beautiful beer for the many. A rich and full-bodied stout with freshly brewed coffee aromas. The addition of Tonka beans adds a complex sweetness and a depth of flavour, boosting the coffee notes and bringing out vanilla, caramel and chocolate.
No, see, that's going to be incredible. Absolutely, she's nailed that.
Suitable for vegans. You're only saying that because my wife got it. If I got
no. There's a one that Aldi used to do called Spill the Beans Porter, and it was a Welsh brewery who made it, and coffee vanilla porters are the best. There's one called Worcester Chestnut Ale, which is amazing. Look at the colour. No, Georgie knows beer better than you know beer. You drink shit beer. She's bought you. Now the can. I don't like the can. I'm not going to lie. I don't like all the creamy stuff. But that's going to be incredible. I'm very jealous. Listeners, for the first time, I'm jealous of a thirsty first.
Give it a go. Cheers.
Enjoy.
That's incredible.
Yeah. Of course it was going to be. Vanilla coffee stout beer. Like, especially as the weather's got cold.
Oh, that's lovely. Yeah, that's
exactly, listeners.
That's a winner. Christmas time, sat by the fire sort of beer.
Yeah.
So not quite the season. We're obviously not yet there yet. Although we did put the heating off the first time today.
Listeners, I gotta let you peek behind the curtain.
Oh, that's really good.
He gets so happy.
Very good.
When he finds a good beer, he gets so happy. His little face glows. Like he doesn't just look happy; his whole body moves. Like his posture gets better. Like good beer for Wellens improves his posture. His chest comes out like whoa.
But it's really like that first look, that first taste. That's going to be another podcast series. First tastes is really important, isn't it? Because you only get first taste once.
Yes.
And if it's a good one, and then you're just chasing that first taste again, and then you just don't get it.
You do. But again, I'm a big fan of coffee and vanilla and caramel notes. If they get the balance right, it's hard to beat. He's enjoying it.
Oh, lovely.
Well, give me a few cans of that for when I'm over, would you, Wells? Cheers, Wells.
Cheers.
Cheers to you.
To the final, to 2 lovely seasons and hopefully a third one.
Hopefully a third one, yeah, absolutely a third one. I'm on the Budvar. The Budvar Czech Lager.
Should we start our first looks?
Let's do it, Wells, let's do it.
All right. I'll start if you don't mind.
Absolutely not. Go ahead.
So my first look it is linked to one of your first looks a few episodes ago. Very similar. Now Mr. Hodgkiss is, although he looks like Peter Pan, he's a little bit older than me by a couple of months.
Got the bags in the bars to prove it.
And I've had a very similar experience to him. I was playing with the dog, and so tug of war toy with the dog, and I stepped. All right, just to clarify, I wasn't doing a marathon run. I wasn't down the gym. I didn't do a 10K race. I wasn't playing football. I wasn't playing rugby. I wasn't doing anything extreme activities. I stepped to the left.
Cha-cha slide real smooth.
The loudest crunch sound I've ever heard. And my left ankle just went to the side and collapsed. I fell down on the sofa in agony. So the next day it was swollen, bruised.
Oh, Williams.
It was just a sprain in the end. But I shouldn't get a sprain from just stepping on my foot.
Playing tug of war with the dog. Oh, sugar.
I mean, I would like to say it was an old war injury or something like that, but it wasn't. It's I got hit by a car walking back from a Hooters competition.
Was that walking back from Hooters?
Yeah, after the Hooters bikini contest.
That was Champions League night, right?
I can't remember.
That was
the next night. That was the next night.
It's after we've been to hospital. We went to hospital the next night, was it?
No, so we went to the bikini contest. Did you go to the bikini contest?
No, I didn't go to the
You were
bikini
working.
contest. I was working in Bungus
Yes,
Hill.
you were working. So
You came in. You came in to see me after the bikini contest.
Yeah,
absolutely leathered.
Yeah, so I finished the bikini contest. I think we had a pop by my friend's place to pick up something, ID or something, because there was the days where you needed ID, and I got hit by a car. But then,
well, you stepped out in front of a car. Let's be honest.
Well, no, it drove through a amber light, but so it hit me, and so that's where the original injury came from, and it never really recovered. Now I just step on it and it sprains because I'm old. But so my first look at a 40-year-old plus
dad injury. Nice.
Yeah. So, which welcome I know you said club. About with your bowling. So that was my first look at a dad injury.
It's all downhill for me, mate. I'm not going to lie.
So I've got my dad dancing coming up in a couple of weeks. I'm probably going to have to wear an ankle support just to give it a little bit of extra support because I don't want to just step to the left on a cha-cha slide or do the Macarena or something, and then it just collapses on me. But so my first look at a dad injury.
Oh, Williams, God love you. That's it's.
But the crunch, crunch is the best word I could use to explain the sound.
Was it like you tried a pack of quavers?
No, something with a bit more
Doritos.
Or Doritos, yeah, some Doritos actually, yeah. A big pack of Doritos.
That's not good, dude.
Crunch. Just like that was, yeah. The sound of it, not good.
So I went to, again, following on from this conversation about dad injuries, I may have said this already, so I apologise for repeating myself. I spoke to, and there's some connecting of the dots here. Spoke to the physio about a couple of the injuries. And he said, you have to start building strength around your joints more. So it's like, you think, do I need to, ankles and stuff. You have to, this is where you see all the mammals, the middle-aged men in Lycra riding bikes, and you see all these people running, and they look like they're about to collapse and die. But they're not. They're trying to build up the muscle around the joints. So you need to get yourself out there. If your ankles are sore, maybe you need to start swimming or rowing or running or cycling. I don't know, something like that.
Maybe some, what are they called? Those dance classes, fitness classes. Zumba, yeah, he's a bit of Zumba, maybe.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's trying the Zumba in front of me right now. It's quite yeah, get some Zumba on. Get some Zumba on the go.
So that's why it's good me and Craig don't live near each other, because we'd be going on a Saturday morning, we'd be going to Zumba classes together, and I like. Guess we're going to the next first look.
Hey!
And that was a great story, Craig. Great story.
So my first look, Williams, I have two, and the first one I am going to talk about is moving home. So as listeners, regular listeners, our regular Pub 50 would know, we've been trying to move home.
Probably
we have finally managed
to. Probably.
It probably was, and we've finally done it.
Hey.
We've finally got over the line, and we're in our new home. I don't know what it sounds like to anybody else, but I couldn't find my podcast microphone. So we've only been in the new place for just a week. And somewhere in a box somewhere, it's my microphone. I don't know where. And we're going to do this podcast, so I've had to do it in headphones and with a microphone attached to them. So I apologise if the sound is bad, but we've moved home. And Williams, much like your dad injury, I'm going to say I am a broken man. I am sore. I am tired. I am cranky. Moving home is like one of these special moments. And yes, the picture of the keys was lovely. I sent you a picture of the keys, and it was like, there we go, we got the keys.
It's like the top 5 most stressful thing.
That's awful. Like, we have moved house a lot, so we've been my wife and myself are one of these people. We've lived in a lot of houses. We've done a lot of things. We're always kind of like, ooh, moving across to try and move up, and never really kind of bothered about where we live. We just were like, okay, we'll try these things. This move, though, has broken us. It's broken us.
But it should be the last move for a while.
Yeah, well, we're at the age now as well. Again, we've got the Fab 50 and we're the Fab 40. We're at the stage now where we're like, you know what? Don't really want to move again. I just want to. I'm in the words of Sheldon from The Big Bang Theory. I'm too old for this crud. I don't want to move again.
Well, and also if you lift a box, you might break an ankle or something. So
you may break an ankle.
It's a dangerous thing now these days.
Well, I'll tell you this one. So the house we moved out of was a 3-story house, and to get rid of stuff, we just put everything upstairs out of the way. So, but then you put it up there, you move house, you've got to put it all back down.
Yeah.
So yeah, the amount of ups and downs and ups and downs and ups and downs of staircases was just ridiculous. My poor knees, they can't take it.
But did you help build up the joints, the muscles around the joints?
Apparently, it may have done. There was one particular period. You talked about this trend on the Doritos and going crunch. There was one thing when you miss a stair.
Yeah.
You're coming down the stairs. So I was carrying boxes.
Your heart skips a beat at that moment as well, doesn't it?
Oh, it really does.
Whoa.
So I'm coming down. I can't see the stairs. I'm counting the stairs. And I think I'm at the bottom of the stairs.
Oh, no.
But I'm not at the bottom of the stairs. And I landed on my knee. And I was like, oh, shiver my timbers. And I was like, take a minute. I was like, oh, I'm all right. Yeah. But the adrenaline that just shot through straight away. I was like, I've broken. I've done something here. And the last thing, like, my wife's a nurse, which means she has no sympathy.
The adrenaline when you're a 40-year-old dad is missing the step. Hey! Woo! What a buzz that was! What a buzz!
Buzzing off my tits, mate. I missed the stairs, I? Get have it. And so I was buzzing off my tits, having missed a stair. And my first thought was, if you're sore and you have to say to your wife, "Bab, I've hurt me," I was like, I can't do it because she's like, take some pills, and I'll be like, no, genuinely, there's no sympathy from her. She's right. She's like, most of it is self-inflicted, or me being a big ginny, and there's nothing wrong with me. And this one was like, I've hurt my neck. Have I? No, I'm all right.
Hey.
So we survived, but the general stress of moving house, it's lovely to actually be in, but I have empathy for anybody who has to do it, because you have so many things, especially like, we said before, didn't we, this podcast is two dads doing silly things, so it's all the parents out there will probably appreciate. You're also trying to, like, your kids having to move house. And if your kid's been settled somewhere and you're like, right, we're going to move to this new house, it's unsettling for them. But you're still trying to work. You're having to do all the admin, and all of the stuff is everywhere. Life
goes on. You can't take off a load of time to...
No, you can't. So you have to kind of, like... one of our biggest worries, so in the new house, Brain's bed it's old. And he's had it since he was 3. And we've taken it up and put it down and taken it up and put it down. And in the new place, because he's in the loft area, because he's got the eaves and the roof slants, we're like, oh, his bed's one of those cabin-style beds. And we're like, oh, it probably won't fit very well, so we'll get him a new bed. But then, like, the stress of kind of, and it's not really stress, you just kind of get what you're getting really upset. But you start overthinking, well, how attached is he to this bed? What's going to happen if we don't take his bed with him? Is it going to freak out? And, you overthink everything, and everything small becomes a bit of a, I don't know. Did
you have movers?
We had a couple. So what we did, we had a week of overlap. So we did. I reckon we probably moved half of the house ourselves.
Yeah.
And then we had 2 blokes in a van to come and move the sofas and the beds.
Yeah.
And like all the awkward stuff.
Worth every penny.
Yeah, they were. So they came for about 6 hours and did all that.
So a lot of people do it all themselves, and the amount of stress and like just moving a sofa is just like up and down stairs from one place to the next place is just an absolute nightmare.
Well, we couldn't fit our sofa in the front room, so our sofa, our nice sofa, is currently in a different room because that's where it would fit.
Yeah.
And then we had to go to Oxfam to get a smaller sofa that would fit. So we got somewhere to sit in the front room. So yeah, can you imagine doing that? Can you imagine if you're a husband and wife, or a husband and husband, or a wife and wife, and you're lifting this sofa?
To me, to you.
To me, to you. So at least when the movers doing it and they say it doesn't fit, you're like, you believe them? You're like, well, they're professionals, so if they say it doesn't fit.
They've done it so many times.
Whereas imagine you're moving a sofa with Georgie, and it's really heavy, and it's really awkward.
We wouldn't be married.
You've measured it. Yeah, you wouldn't be married. You've measured it. Like, yeah, this will fit, but it just won't fit.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a problem with it not fitting well?
Or you get halfway up, and then
I realise it's too big.
And then you realise it's too big.
Are you too big, Williams? Is that what happens?
And then it's just stuck. Yeah.
So what you're saying is you've got it halfway there.
Well, when you're trying to go around the corner.
Trying to go around wow. But is this the first date, second date, third date? So you're moving house. You're trying to go around the corner, but these are the stresses, Williams. These are the stresses. But so yes, that's the first look at moving house. I'm just gonna make that noise. Just like
a horse.
Flipping Nora. It's done.
Flipping Nora. It's done. I've had a nice first look at the house today. The Wi-Fi didn't move from. I had a tour of the house. I left the room to the hallway. Managed to go outside, pitch black. He's got windows. Everybody, he's got windows.
There's windows. You expect there to be windows, don't you?
Yeah.
And you're glad when you see that there are windows.
I think I saw at least four windows, which is
lots of windows.
And then the Wi-Fi ran out. So
yes. And before that, you got to see Braden dancing like an absolute lunatic.
I did.
My son concerns me.
I was quite impressed with his dancing, to be fair.
I'm very concerned. I'm concerned about the man he's going to be.
I think he's got some leaves.
He's got something. We'll see what happens. The thing is, when it's your own son, you've got no one to blame but yourself. If it turns out to be a lunatic, it's probably because of the way he's being brought up.
Well, 50%.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, that was my first look at moving home. Don't do it unless you have to.
Tips for dads.
Tips for dads.
Tips for dads. Tips for dads. Get your tips out for the dads. Have you got any tips?
If I haven't any tips, the tips would be it would probably be related to moving home, and we just touched on it. Don't be overly manly and be like, I can move the sofa, I can move all of this myself, because you're on a hiding to nothing. You'll hurt your back, you'll hurt your knees, you won't fit it through the door. Your wife will shout at you. Just do yourself a favour and pay the professional movers to come and do it for you. And actually, I do have another tip as well.
Worth every penny.
If you do move house, first thing to do, set up the speakers, get the music playing. Makes everything better.
That's a good tip.
Yeah, forget all the kind of, where should we put it? No, set the speakers up, get your favourite tunes playing, and it boosts the mood. Then when you're moving stuff in boxes and you've got good tunes playing, everyone does it in a joyous way.
That is a very good tip.
Tips for dads.
Tips for dads.
Prioritise music.
My tip is, which has actually been recommended by the wifey wife, which links to a previous episode. So when you realise you shouldn't say something and use the word hanging when you're referring to someone's bosoms. When you realise that, and you realise you're wrong using the word hanging for bosoms, for your wife's bosoms in particular, don't then go on a podcast and refer to your wife's bosoms as hanging.
Yeah. No, that is a good tip, to be fair. That's a good tip about the tips.
Yes. Tips for dads. Tips for dads.
Tips for dads.
Tips
Don't
for
say the tips to
dads.
hanging. You'll get in trouble.
Tips for the dads.
So this is for the moms. This is for the women in the group.
First look for the moms.
Wow.
Why are we doing that?
I don't know, just because I feel I'm about to talk about it's a proper the people I'm about to talk about would probably give my mom real young man. Even though they're not young men. So we got, and I mean, it's not a very manly thing to do or to talk about this subject, but we went to see the world premiere of the Les Miserables arena tour show.
Oh.
So Les Miserables, the West End production, are doing a big arena show.
Oh,
and it's going on a world tour. And there's two men involved in the show who all the moms love. When I say moms, I don't mean moms as in our wife moms. I mean the grandmas love.
All right. Okay.
Like my mom loves.
Yeah.
Michael Ball and Alfie Bow.
Oh, yes.
Oh, young man, Alfie. So they're doing the Les Miserables tour, and they're the two kind of Jean Valjean and Javert. And it was in the Belfast Arena this week.
An arena tour?
So,
is that too big though for a? So is it as per the West End, but in an arena? Or
it was genuinely incredible. Really was just holy crap! This is really good. So I bought Leslie Ann tickets because Leslie Ann likes Les Mis.
Did you hear the people sing?
We did hear the people sing, and it blew me away. For Mother's Day, we bought Leslie Ann tickets to go, and I'd almost forgotten that I bought them because we booked the tickets so long ago.
Yeah.
But we remembered, and we got a babysitter, and we went.
Nice.
And we had good seats on the ground floor. And even when you walk into the arena, because it's an arena, the stage and the lighting setup is incredible.
Yeah.
And they've got this. It's not like just a stage. They've got stuff in front of the stage. And it lifts up, and then it reveals the orchestra.
If they've got an arena, there's so much more they can do.
Yeah, and they really did. Like the lighting and the screens and just everything was brilliant. And Michael Ball can sing, and Alfie Bow can sing even better. And then the ensemble cast can sing even better than the pair of them. It was just really, really impressive. So, I mean, it's a very good... We came out just thinking... There's a lot of plot holes in that story, really. It didn't really. Javert was all pissed off and jumped off a bridge. Why are you jumping off a bridge, you lunatic? And then the girl who's in love with a guy and she's in love with somebody else decides to run over the barricade and ends up dead. And he's all happy because she dies in the guy's arms, even though she's not love it. If we don't love you, let's look at the evidence here, Wells, right? She's in love with this guy who's just fallen in love with another person who's known for less than 24 hours. If I'm the girl who's like, oh, I like him, I'm thinking, actually, if he's fallen in love with her after 24 hours, he's clearly a bit mentally unstable. Maybe I'll go for his friend John Smith or something. There was a lot of things just that doesn't make any sense. That wouldn't happen.
No.
But, but then again, you're not really there to critique the story. You're there to hear the singers and see the stage show and see Michael Ball stood there in his Sunday best singing a song about stars.
So it was a Michael Ball man or Alfie Bow man?
Oh, see, I did like Michael Ball until he took over Sunday Love Songs from Steve Wright. So Leslie and me would
big shoes
to fill, and he does not fill them well either. He's too fawny, and Michael Ball, I like him as a singer, and I liked him in Hairspray, but I'm not a big fan of him on Sunday Love Songs. But in the arena show, he was brilliant. He was absolutely brilliant. There's a guy from Northern Ireland who we used to do some work with called Peter Corey, who originally played Javert in Les Miserables, and he played it. He was one of the first people. He organised an arena show of Les Mis in Belfast about 20 years ago, and we went to his Christmas show a couple of years ago, and he sung "Stars," which is the big Javert song, and we saw him sing it, and we saw Michael Ball sing it, and he's one for the Northern Irish folks. Peter Corey sang it better. But Michael Ball was still very good. Yeah. But Alfie Boe was far better than Michael Ball. Like, Alfie Boe was genuinely like, wow, he's really good. Like, yeah, he was brilliant. The whole show was brilliant.
What's the capacity at Belfast Arena?
So it's not the full arena. The stage is about a third of the way up.
Okay.
So they've been here for 10 days, and they're doing a matinee and evening show. And I reckon there's probably about 6,000, 7,000 seats, and they're sold out. The whole thing's sold out. So
good. Yeah,
they're playing to a lot of people.
Yeah,
but it's a big cast. There's 40, 50 people, and the orchestra and stuff.
So it must be good. Like when they got the battle scenes and things. Must be
so it was funny. So all the lights are going off. Yeah. And there's lasers being fired, and I said to Letty, it looks like Star Wars. And one of the lasers ended up on her, and she was like, she said, "Bab, I've been shot." it was very funny. So it was quite funny. But the whole thing was lovely. It was a really good night, a really good show. Yeah. Good to see Michael Ball and Alfie Boe, because we didn't know they were in it. We just booked the tickets, and they were there, and it was good. I would recommend it to anybody. Any more first looks from you?
I mean, it's the final episode of the season, so I thought I'd make it special. But I didn't prepare.
The last first look of the season?
It's the last first look of the season, but I've not prepared. In reality, what I did was I did a quick Google. I did first look news, and I've just picked some random things that came up when I. So,
not a review of the year, nothing like that.
No. So,
nope.
So I've just some recent news that's come up from Google. So from Boat International, I presume it's a magazine about boats. So today on Boat International, we get a first look inside the first Wally Y100 sailing yacht.
Wow, look at that bad boy.
Well, there you go. So I've just shared an image, and maybe I'll put it on Instagram. But there we go. We've got a first look inside the first Wally Y100, which I don't think is the best name for a boat.
Everything's very flat as well, doesn't it?
And it looks like it's worth quite a lot of money. If you're in the market for a Wally Y100, can you see the price, Mr. Rodriguez?
So, hang on. Can I just pause a second?
Of course you can.
So, the last first look of the series is a boat. You're not a boater.
No, I'm not. But this is what Google is providing me. So there we go.
Hang on a second. No. You've got to do better than this, Williams. This is the last first look of the series. You cannot just go on Google and find a boat. Come on, there must be something else.
I know, it's terrible. There's dining for up to 15 people. So there you go. There you go.
Our 50 listeners are not going to go and buy a Wally Woo boat.
They might do. The old chappie in Cairo. Who knows? What else we got in first look news? We've got a first look.
It's better than a bloody boat.
So All Saints, not the band, the shop, opens its first African store in Egypt. There you go. All Saints has opened a standalone store in Cairo's Mall of Arabia in Egypt. If you can't say that's not relevant to our listeners, then I don't know what you're talking about, Greg.
It's such a tip. What are you talking? All Saints have opened a shop in Egypt. So we've been talking about things like the moving house and Logan doing his first walk, and now All Saints have opened a shop in Egypt. You're not the bloody BBC News at 10. And another news, there's a big boat, and All Saints have opened a shop in Egypt. I don't shop in All Saints, I'm 40, and I'm a bit tubby. So there's no way I can go to All Saints. Like, when was the last time you shopped in All Saints? Have you ever bought anywhere? When was the last time you bought an item of clothing from All Saints?
I don't think I ever had.
So what are you talking about All Saints?
What else we got? Another news. Bum, 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 bum.
Oh dear.
It's the 10 o'clock news, the first of names. We've got a first look inside the new mesmerising Museum of Illusions in Manchester.
Have you been there? Have you seen it?
No.
So you haven't even looked at it. You've just looked at an article on Google about it.
The UK's first Museum of Illusions opens in Manchester. There you go. And it's got multiple illusions. There we go.
You're unbelievable.
And we've even got a windswept man performing at the launch party. Look at that. So
I bet that was good to see, wasn't it, in the flesh, Williams?
So windswept man, they're quite popular. They used to be popular. Which is basically a man that has a tie that's stuck up and it looks like they're caught in the wind. Hilarious.
Right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen.
And there you go. That's my first looks for the end of the season.
You're unbelievable. You know what? I'm not even angry. I'm just disappointed.
Maybe not the best for listeners, I suppose, actually, is it? But...
Well, you're not really talking from the heart here when you kind of like, I just basically went on the internet and I've been very busy. And now, to be fair, you have been very busy. But to be fair, also, considering we were meant to record this podcast 7 days ago, and then 7 days before that, you've had a bit of time to prepare. Yeah. It's going to be hit and miss whether the audiences come back for that. I hope.
It'll be interesting how many people return to season 3. No, where is he?
Have you got any questions for him?
I'll Google it.
You're going to Google a question for the no or no?
Here we go. I'm going to use Copilot. Here we go. How many questions you got, Craig?
Well, I can. Hang on, I got to get him first.
Well, no, he's not here. No, I mean,
he's down the garden.
How many questions do you want to give the no or no?
Oh, we should probably give him a couple.
A couple questions. So
yeah, a couple of questions.
I'm going to ask Copilot. Please, manners. So you say please. Please provide 2 questions for the know it or no.
I'm going for a wait. I'll get him. Hang on.
Here we go.
Hello.
No. How are you doing?
Hello, Daniel. How are you?
I'm not too bad. I'm clutching at straws a bit this episode, using Google and using Copilot. So I just want to remind listeners, you can write in your own questions, the no or no.
Can I ask why you feel the need to use Copilot and Google? Is everything okay?
Everything's fine. It's fine. I'm just.
Are you okay?
I'm just not as knowledgeable as you. No or no.
Are you okay in yourself?
I am. I've finished my beer. Actually, I finished my beer.
Are you taking the right time to give yourself a break?
Do we have time for another thirsty first, or is it a bit late? I don't know.
Oh no, absolutely. Are you drinking to drown the sorrows? Are you drinking to mask some feelings inside, or are you drinking for the joy?
I'm drinking for the joy.
That's
Always
okay.
Drinking for the joy.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Open up the fridge and have another beer.
Open the fridge. Oh, I don't know, but I've just had a nice one though.
What have you got now?
Thirsty first. Oh no.
Oh.
Death by cherries.
Now, as a wise gnome, I can safely say, put that back in the fridge because it's going to be horrific.
It's a fruit sour, 4.5%. It's a black tin with a pair of cherries, but as skulls, red skulls. That's quite good artwork. Rich, jammy tart. A mouth-wateringly jammy kettle-soured fruit beer full to the brim with black cherries for an intense, rich, sweet and sour brew, as vibrant in flavour as it is in colour, and refreshing to the very end.
It sounds horrendous.
So it might be, I mean, it's quite the contrast to what I've just had. But let's give it a go, shall we?
If I was you, I would not even bother opening it.
Oh, I've just opened it. What do you know? No.
That's probably going to be purple and horrendous.
Yeah, oh dear.
What colour is it?
I think I've discovered I don't really like sour beers. It's purple.
No.
I think I don't like sour beers, but I quite like my stouts. Cheers. Is your face right now? I'm just making some.
I can't, like.
Cheers.
Good luck.
It's not too bad, actually. That's not too bad.
He's lying.
No, it's not. It's not. I was expecting more of a. But it's all right. Cheers.
Cheers.
So, no or no?
Yes, Daniel.
The AI has spoken.
Hello, AI.
Okay, so AI has said, "Hey, know-it-all gnome.
Hello.
Can you tell us about the first time you saw something truly magical in the garden? What was it, and how did it make you feel?"
I can. I absolutely can. So, I love spending time in the garden. I would recommend anybody who is feeling a bit stressed to spend time outside. And I remember vividly the first time I fell in love with being in the garden. It was when I grew a dahlia. A pink dahlia. And I was blown away by the symmetry, the shape and the colour of this wonderful little flower. But we grew this little dahlia, me and Mrs. Know-it-all Gnome, and
we haven't met Mrs. Know-it-all Gnome yet. We need to get her on the podcast.
She's wonderful. She's got a big bottom, and she helped me grow and look after this dahlia. And when the dahlia died, there was a sense of sadness, but there was also a sense of joy that we had got to experience it. And I remember thinking to myself, a lot of people had said about going outside, getting in contact with nature, growing, planting, being at one with the garden. And I remember feeling a sense of, absolutely, I get it. I get this. It is worth it. So the first time I fell in love with gardening was because of a pink dahlia, and I fell in love with the garden and being outside, and ever since then, we have had lovely gardens full of colour.
Ah, beautiful. Beautiful. A second question from AI. Know-it-all gnome.
Hello.
We've heard that gnomes have a great sense of humour.
Yes.
Can you share a funny story about two dads doing something silly that made you laugh out loud?
Yes, I can. I listened to a podcast called First Look Gnomes.
No.
And there were two dads on there. One called Mr. Williams and one called Mr. Hodgkiss. I recently listened to an episode and it was very funny. Funny because you could see the trap. One of the gnomes was talking about his wife's bosoms and about them hanging. No. Anyone could see that was going to end up in disaster. Most people would have stepped back from the brink and the edge. But no, not these two silly sausages. They would head first into the boobs. Not for the first time, I've heard. And I sat there gleefully chuckling to myself, thinking, he's going to get in trouble for that. And alas, what happened?
Yes,
she wrote in and mentioned it. And that does fill my heart with funny laughter. I'm just like, what a tit. No pun intended.
A pair of. Lovely. Thank you, no. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Where's Craig gone anyway?
He went for a wee.
Did he? He has a weak bladder. You're in trouble.
Oh, he's back now. Hello, Craig. Hello, no one home.
Shall we?
Garden.
Shall we finish on a couple of dad jokes?
Mm-hmm. I've got one.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not a dad joke. Actually, it's very rude.
Oh, go for it. I can.
Can I tell it?
Go for it. I can always bleep it out.
Superman. Right.
Superman.
Yeah. I'm just thinking. Actually, this is not a very PC joke.
No.
I just thought, actually, the context of this joke could be seen as a bit rapey.
Oh dear.
You know what? I'm not going to tell the rest.
No. Okay. Well,
no. I've never really thought about it in any depth. But as soon as you do think about it in depth, you're like, that's maybe.
Oh dear. Moving on.
I'm going to stop that. So yeah, have you got any nice wholesome dad jokes?
Any nice wholesome jokes? How do you find Will Smith in a snowstorm?
How do you find Will Smith in a snowstorm? Don't know.
You look for Fresh Prince.
Yay! Very good. Any more?
A wholesome religious joke. Which I can only half remember. So we'll give it a go.
Let's see what happens.
So the note on name was walking along. He wanted to buy a new horse. So he's walking along down to the local horse stables.
As he does.
Actually, he met the local vicar. I was like, hello, vicar. How are you doing? Oh, yeah, pretty good. I'm selling my horse. Oh, lovely. So he
a happy coincidence.
Happy coincidence. So he said, well, how much do you want for your horse? Oh, just a few quid. Oh, lovely. I'll buy the horse. So he exchanged coins, bought the horse, but then realised, oh, what commands does he listen to? And so the vicar went through and explained. He said, so to go forward, you say, praise the Lord. To go really fast, you say, praise the Lord. And to stop, you say, amen. Lovely. So he got on the horse and he said, praise the Lord. And off he went, trotting down the street, trotting over the fields. And it was a lovely day. You could see the seaside, and he was trotting along towards the sea, towards the coastline. And he thought, oh, let's go for a bit of a giddy up, and let's just go for it. See what you can do. And he said, oh, let's go really fast. He went, praise the Lord, and off he went, galloping down. He's galloping, and then he's like, oh no, I'm going towards the cliff edge here. And he's like, whoa, horsey, whoa! But the horse kept going. Like, whoa, horsey, whoa! Stop, horse, stop! And he just kept galloping forward. And he's like, oh no, the cliff edge is coming up. Oh no, my life's going to be over. Galloping really fast, and then he remembered, oh, it's amen to stop the horse. So he shouted, amen, and then just before he got to the edge, of the cliff, he stopped. He stopped. And he breathed a sigh of relief, and he just looked up and he said, praise the Lord.
You should have done that instead of your personal Google. That was far better. Very good. I like that joke. That's a good joke to end on, that is.
End of the season. We'll see you in November, maybe December, maybe January.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Any more first looks from you shit?
Don't forget to write into firstlookgnomes@outlook.com or send us a message on Instagram. First Look Gnomes Season 3, coming soon.